Hello everybody, Proton here. Welcome to another Dokkan battle video. Today we're gonna be showcasing the EZA for the boy, LR hit, well, for the boys, LR hit and GOKU here. So this EZA is part of the Golden Week celebration. They actually didn't post this under the news of the Goku, Gohan, and Goten Day, which starts today. Happy Gohan Day for those people who are Dragon Ball fans. So let's go ahead and talk about this. We do think that this is a good EZA, you know, to have them paired up with the new Dokkan Festival hit. Having some extra partners here and there is going to be rather useful for him. So let's go ahead and talk about what this man brings to what these two beautiful, amazing gentlemen bring to the table here. So they lead Accelerated Battle or Universal Survival Saga category, key +4, all stats 170. Pretty good. Obviously, maybe you're not going to use him as a leader, but yeah. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn and causes colossal damage with a great chance of sowing the enemy. That's the 12 key. Then the 18 key causes greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns and causes mega colossal damage with a great chance of stunning the enemy. Now, this was, of course, back in the day. These guys were released back in like 2021. So back in the day, we didn't have any like difficult fights. I think that's when they started to bring them out, at least on JP, because of the anniversary. 70th anniversary came in, and they started doing red zones, fights that you can't stun, things like that. Well, these guys were pretty good on like Super Battle Road stages. That way you can be able to take advantage of the stun. Let's go over with their passive real quick. So they get key +5, attack and defense +200%. They have 20% damage reduction, which is good. Something decent, something. They get attacks guaranteed to hit. So most of the enemies that are able to dodge, they can't dodge those. They then launch an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super attack, which is my favorite condition of all time. Sarcasm. And then they have a 50% chance of evading enemies' attack. I'll show you guys my hidden potential build. I really don't know how you can be able to build this guy, because he doesn't have any built-in crits, so you can possibly just go in ahead and maybe add some crits into his build and see how well he looks. If in any case you want to see the high damage numbers, right? Whenever our HP is 67% or more, we get that extra 10% damage reduction. Whenever we're attacking, we get attack and defense +67%, and we're disabling the enemy's guard. Now, I don't know how helpful this is gonna be, but it's there. We then, of course, if we place them on slot 1 or 2, we can get key +6, attack and defense +160%, and we get 16% chance to dodge and 60% damage reduction. So if we put them on slot 1 or 2, paired up with the basic effects, and if our HP is a little bit higher than 67%, then we get 46% damage reduction, which is not bad. For every attack received or evaded as the first or second attacker in the turn, we are able to acquire that 20% attack up to 100%, which is very nice. You're going to see a bigger attack stat coming in from that. And then as the third attacker in the turn, he gets key +7, attack +170%. I don't know how viable that is going to be. You know, he's not getting any defense until we get to here, right? Then launches an additional super attack, so it's a guaranteed super there. So if you put him on slot 3, you get the super attacks coming in, and then you possibly can get this one that could be a chance of becoming a super attack. Then you get the guaranteed super attack down here, and possibly the hidden potential system, depending on how you build them. And then, of course, whenever he performs an attack as the third attacker in the turn, he gets defense +20% up to 100%. So my quarrel with that, when I was talking about their details, was for them to possibly just get things started. If they jump into the rotation, which let's go ahead and jump into the fight. I'll talk about the rest of the kits a little bit later. I decided to build this team. We might swap into Hits' team just to see how Hit operates with them. but we'll check that once we get there. But yeah, like seeing how they will possibly work. Let's say a rotation like this. I don't know if I'm gonna put them on slot 1 or 2, depending on the attack spread and things like that. Depends on what you would want to get built out of them rather quickly, right? Because if we're seeing here, like, this is not a proper rotation setup here. Oh boy, that next rotation is fun. So if I put them in here, right now we're starting off at 266k defense, not bad. They're not going to be able to dodge any attacks, which is what we want. It's either receiving an attack or dodging an attack, which is what we need, so then they can start their attack buildup. But if they perform attacks on slot 3, we can be able to get them defensively as well. So let's just do this, since we're not going to be able to get hit for a while. I do want to see how they perform under pressure, right? So in terms of links here, we're getting Tournament of Power, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Do keep in mind that I believe we get an extra link with the Dokkan Festival int hit. It's Experienced Fighters. They actually link pretty well with the tech hit. They get Infighter added into that, but tech hit is not runnable at this moment. So let's do we give them 24 key? No, well, they don't benefit from anything like getting 24 key. We do want to see the 18 key super attack, so let's go ahead and get this. Also, no battle motion for these guys. It's pretty sad. I actually thought that they were gonna come up with something. What? Oh well. What can you do, right? Okay, so they're on slot 2, so they're gonna get the extra key, they're gonna get the extra attack and defense, and of course we have 46% damage reduction due to our HP being 67% or more, and by placing these guys on slot 2, right? At slot 1 or 2, they can get the 16% chance of dodging and 16% damage reduction, so not bad by these units, right? Their teams are a little bit lackluster. So they're on Universal Survival Saga, Joint Forces, Tournament Participants, Legendary Existence, and Accelerate Battle. So it's not a lot here. 19 million to kick things off, right? Of course, we need to still get build up, so we're going to be waiting on that. Okay, there's the chance of the additional, and okay, we get the additional super attack from the hidden potential. Perfect, not bad. So that's okay, now that's 1, that's 2. Okay, so we were able to dodge 2 attacks, so we are missing 3 more attacks in order for them to get built up and stuff, right? All right, this is a pretty bad rotation here. I kind of want to die, but we'll see. We're here, by the way, on the Cells team. We're not testing out Hit's team right away. I'm gonna see if I have enough time to do that because I'm kind of limited. I woke up at 5 a.m., did the ECAs as fast as I could, and got ready to basically go to work. So I am hopeful that we're on time for what I really want to get out of this video, right? For the showcases for these guys. So the reason we're on Cell's team, he's Tournament Participants leader, we are getting that domain buff for Hit and Guy Goku there. So their attack stat is going to be a lot higher as well. Do keep in mind that they haven't performed 3 super attacks, and I'll get into the reason as to why we need that. So they have an active skill. This is actually a pretty nice buff here. So this can be activated after performing 3 or more super attacks in battle if the HP is 76% or less. So we do need to be a little bit under the HP that we want. They get a permanent attack and defense buff of 13% in battle. So we would like to get that. Alright, I was talking with my thumbnail guy to get the thumbnail for this video. Alright. But yeah, maybe now I won't have to do this, but I kind of want to put them on slot 3. But let's go ahead and keep the same deal, right? Like keep them on these slots here. Actually, we're gonna kill him here. And he should have died in the previous turn. God dang it, that sucks. Okay. So right now we're at 455k. Do keep in mind that that super attack effect, that greatly raised attack and defense for 4 turns is pretty substantial. Let's go ahead and put them on slot 1 so they can get the finishing blow, I guess. They need to perform their super attacks, and then of course, whenever we can, we have to dip below HP. So that way we can get the active skill rolling. Let's see the attack stat now, 28 million. And again, they only have those links active with UI GOKU. Tournament of power, legendary power there. Not bad. Alright, let's see if we I actually do want to like get KO'd. I also want to make sure that, well, the domain is going to be still up, so we're going to be fine. Also going to pair him up with hit on the next turn. So we're going to be seeing some better links active for the boy here. I will not mind a super. Okay. It's going to be a little bit tedious to try to get that set up, but it's all good. Oh. Well, there's going to be a producer's letter. It just popped up. Okay. So we're getting a producer's letter in 2 days. That has to be the reveal for the next LR. We just got that post. Interesting. Okay. Awesome. New character info on May events and schedule updates and a new character reveal. Yeah. It says it's gonna be at 5. May 5th. No, that's already past that. May 10th at 7 o'clock PST. So that's Saturday night at 10 o'clock my time. Okay. Alright, so this is the rotation that we kind of wanted to get. So let's see the links here. We have everything active now. Perfect. So our defense here, 556k. How much hits his defense? I'm hopeful that we don't get just destroyed here. So let's get all this. And we need to, again, we need to dodge a few more attacks, or we need to get hit a few more times in order for us to build that up. So that way we can be satisfied with all the attack buildup that we got. So yeah, it's at 11 p.m. my time. Sorry, that's when the producer's list is gonna happen. Okay, let's go. All right, let's see. 35 million. Okay, and they're not built up completely. Okay, let's keep going. 70% chance. Okay, they dodged that. Good. That's another attack build up, and now they're fully built up. Now they're fully built up in terms of attack. So now here's the caveat of things. Do we want to, we have to do this, which is kind of unfortunate, is to float them off, which is kind of, it sucks because I kind of wanted that build up to be I wanted that build up to be done on slot, like on the first starting turns, which prevents me, and it has me with the difficult decision of like breaking up my rotations, which is not great. Let's just do this. Might as well keep them swapped over. But yeah, it kind of sucks that, you know, we had a pretty good setup here, but I also didn't want Cell lingering around on our first initial rotations too, so. Yeah, it kind of sucks. Let's see if I might have to do this to break off our rotations. Of course it sucks. We haven't gotten our revive yet, so I guess I can pursue that. Try to pursue the revive and stuff. Okay. I gotta get out of the lane here. Perfect. We're still buffing. Hello, hidden got Goku here. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do, which is, again, pretty upsetting. I don't want to do this. But we're gonna float them off so that they can start building up their defense here. Let's do this. And let's get this animation here. Alright, not gonna use that active skill just yet since I think we're gonna die here. I'm gonna purposely get myself killed. If we don't die here, which again I highly doubt, then we will get Hidden God Goku's build-ups on slot 3. Let's see. Yeah, we're dead. Okay, perfect. Let's get the revive here and actually I shouldn't have floated them off then. God dang it. It's weird because I mentioned this in the breakdown video for these guys at CCAs that getting this off will be so annoying unless you have like a pretty awful starting rotation, which we didn't. We actually had them on slot 2 at the beginning of things because we had this Cell on rotation, that Super ECA perfect form Cell or perfect Cell. I mentioned this, that if you had like really awful starting rotations, you can float Hidden God Goku off and have them be that slot 3 character so they can do at least 4 super attacks or 4 attacks, because they only need to do attacks. They don't need to do any super attacks at all. So them doing that is gonna be very tedious to have them set up to the point that they can get their defense build up, which is kind of annoying. Of course, you can be able to get that off with their with their super attack effect, you know, greatly raising their attack and defense for 4 turns is not bad at all. But it becomes a problem to try to get their defense build up on slot 3. It's just... I don't know what they had in mind when they decided to do that. I don't think it's bad, but why have them as a floater to build up their defense when you can be able to get all of the attack power, the extra damage reduction and stuff like that on slot 2? So it kind of makes you think this is not a unit to put on slot 3, right? Unless you're in a situation where you are forced to be on slot 3 because you got locked or something, right? So we're not gonna be able to get to see hit until we freaking get there. Now that their cell is gonna be fine. Do I just do the Ghost Usher? Nah, I wanna save it. Yeah, let's do that. Well, it's either that or we get killed, but let's see. Let's see which one's comes first. I actually didn't mean to take that orb because I didn't want it to heal here. Alright. Dodge. Very good. Let's see what we can see from Hidden God Goku here. Of course, now their attack is all built up and everything, so we don't need to place them on slot 2 or 3. But now, basically, what we want to see is us at least getting 4 attacks out of this. Remember that he launches the additional super attack on slot 3, so we are getting at least 3 attacks off here. And then with the basic effects, it's the stupid additional that is a 70% chance to become a super. I really want that to become a super attack. So let's see. But I also need to show you guys the hidden potential build that I gave these guys. Now, since they don't have crit built in or anything, you can possibly give them that. Possibly give them crit. So it's a weird thing to like try to build them up. So let's see. Okay, we're fine. We're gonna be fine with Cell after he super attacks. Okay. So this is the big deal that I gotta do now. Sure, I'm skipping these. So let's get that out. This are okay. We're gonna not gonna be able to see a lot from the domain, but no, I wanted that for Cell. Okay, that's fine. We get these. That's okay. All right. What I want to see here from Hidden God Goku, we're not getting any links, just fierce battle, that's fine. I want to see them do at least 4. I need 4 attacks here. UI Goku, buddy. We need you dodging those, bro. Of course, we do have to make sure we dip below HP, so that way we can get our active skill. That active skill where we get the 13% attack and defense buff is going to be very useful. I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I can be able to do the other team that I was thinking about doing. I am running out of time, unfortunately. Okay. Let's see, these guys are getting 4. We need 4 attacks, so 30 million. At least 4, so that can give us, you know, a bit more than half of the build-up that we need. There's the additional. Perfect. That might be the guaranteed super. Or that might have been the 70% chance to become an additional super. Okay. Hidden potential system additional? No. Okay, so 3. That's good. So we're at what, 60% attack and defense now? They're immediately gonna super attack. I know it. I know it by the. I know this game. I know this game by the tip of my tongue. I know that these guys are gonna super attack. I don't know why I put that in relation to anything. I know this game by the palm of my hand. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, I knew that they were gonna super attack at slot 1. Don't die, Goku. Okay, perfect. They're just gonna constantly super attack on slot 1. All right. Hit can keep getting his build up. We floated off Goku and Hit. So I'm gonna see how well we link up with Hit and avoid putting them on slot 3 again, depending on the situation. Now I gotta worry about UI Goku actually getting us killed. The non-revive cell, I don't know how he's gonna be doing, so I gotta be careful with him. But Tech Super ECA Perfect Cell shouldn't have a problem. Actually, oh my god, I keep forgetting. I gotta keep track of things. Did my cell wasn't the one that got the revive? I'm certain. I'm even thinking, I'm debating if I could give those guys a bit more attack power. Now, here is what I'm... Here's what I'm thinking. Like, let me show you guys the build for these guys as well. I haven't done that. So I gave them a bit more dodge than anything else. They have a bit of decent crit here and there, but I think I would like to go a bit more with the additional and stuff. Can't be able to check their hidden potential system here on a fight, but I actually was a bit more adamant to give them more dodges than anything else because I wanted to focus on them just being helpful with the dodge, but I might have to switch that up. I'll think about how am I going to switch that up though, but it might be a possibility, just me switching things up. Alright, I'm going to float UI this time. Not a lot of warps here. What are the chances we get... This attack spread is weird. Bro, you're attacking so much on slot 2, I'm scared. Alright. On the next turn... Okay, super on slot 1, that's fine. On the next turn, we're gonna get these guys on a... On the next turn, we're not gonna get Diddly Squad because this game hates me. My freaking god. Dude, can we get a decent run here? Alright. I'll pause here and then get these guys hopefully built up. I'm gonna try to focus more before we get to Goku Black and Zamasu. I'm gonna see if I can focus a little bit more on the build up on defense first before building up on their attack. Alright, we're back. We made it. I think I only got like 3 attacks out of them on slot 3, so they are at 60% defense build up, so it's not horrible. But let's go ahead and get this here. They're only attacking... Man, if I was a bit more comfortable, because they only have the 16%, like they have a 66% chance to dodge if I put them here. If I was a little bit more comfortable with their dodge and survivability, then I would definitely put them on slot 1, but the attack spreads are just so insane. I don't want to float them off again, but I'm kind of inclined to do that. But if I do that, we die. So let's just do this. Actually, you know what? No, let's do this. Let's get that Ghost Usher in. That attack spread is nuts. So, alright, let's see how they do on slot 1 here. Again, do keep in mind that we haven't built up any attack on slot 1 or 2, so their attack is going to be a tad low. We're getting substantial buffs here, not only from hit assist, link set, but with the domain buff as well. So 27. They were at 35 earlier on slot 3. So putting them on slot 3 actually was pretty good because they get that extra 10% attack. There's the 70% chance to become an additional super. We can get the hidden potential system additional one. No, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's possibly what I'm gonna do. Just try to build them up a little bit more in terms of giving them additional spam, because it's man, that's it's so tedious. They kind of want you to get out of your way to put these guys on slot 3 so that they can get their defense build up, which is not bad, but then you then have to put these guys on slot 2 or slot 1 or 2 so that they can get their attack build up. And the way to build these guys, I guess I might have to go a bit more offensive with these guys then, huh? Because they need those additionals to proc off. So yeah, I might have to do that. I might have to switch their builds around. Is this UI's first turn with the revive? I think it is. Let's do this. I think this is UI's first turn with the revive. Oh, I'm sorry, Cell. If we die because of that, I'm gonna be very sad, but... I mean, Cell was the one that got me killed, but he's not dying, I feel. I dodge UI? No! This is not UI's first turn with a... God damn it, dude! Why? Brother, God damn it. Fuck this fight, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna be late for work. God damn it, it's just pissing me off so much. It is so annoying. UI Goku has become trash. No, God. I'll be right back, dude. Alright, we're back here. This is so awful. Such a horrible showcase. I'm sorry. This may not portray what I really want to get out of this showcase, man. Like, I wanted to see these guys getting their defense build up rather quickly than us being stuck in here like turn 8 or turn 9, but it was sort of a given that it was gonna be that way, where we were possibly gonna get these guys sort of built up starting on like turn 8, turn 10, something like that. But I got their defense build up. Now they're at 1 million defense. However, and now is when we can finally start having fun and be able to do all these shenanigans with LR Hit and Goku here. I mean, he super attacked us at the end there. Let's do this. Ever since the resurface of UI Goku, man, his dodge chances have gotten to so low. Of course, we may not have Reps of Universe 7 allies in with him, but Jesus, man. This man right here is just such an unfortunate unit. Just keep letting me down so much. I hate it. Alright, but this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good rotation. We got instances so we can be able to get some good stuff out of this. Hopefully. Hopefully we get something good. But he's good. He's good. The consensus is Hidden God Goku. They have a great ECA here. So 28 million. Again, they do greatly raise attack and defense for 4 turns on their Ultra Super attack. So this is going to be very good. It's the additional. That's 70% chance, man. Alright. So they got hit I think did they got hit once, or we dodged both of them? So regardless of that, we were able to get some attack build up here and there, but they're gonna be solid. My quarrel with them is just that it's gonna take so long to get them fully built up. Oh, now look who's dodging. Now look who's dodging. You better freaking dodge this one too. Now look who's dodging everything. Look who's dodging everything. This little rascal. That little man right there. Making me all upsetty spaghetti. I don't want to kill here. I don't think we are gonna kill, but I don't want to die either. I had to use, just letting you guys know, I had to use a couple of Weezas to make it here. Because I wasn't comfortable with getting these guys up. Oh, well, that's where we end the video. I'm sorry, dude. I tried. To no one's fault but their own. No, I'm not sorry. It's not their fault, but the design of these guys is just weird. It's uncomfortable because of course, I put this upon myself because you can be able to use a different team setup for these guys, and I'm possibly going to do that later down the line. But I kind of wanted to see how these guys perform with Celsius domain buff. They're really good. Don't take it's just bad RNG day for me. I have such a bad RNG today. It's unfortunate. The bad luck is catching up to me. But yeah, like these guys, they're really good. The only issue that I have with them first is their defense buildup. This on slot 3 hurts because once you put them as the third attacker in a turn, if it's on the first turn, they're coming back on turn 4. And if they didn't get their attacks already done, then you have to place them back again on slot 3 to then get their attack get their attack build-up started after you get their defense build-up done, which by the time you get there, that's gonna be like what, turn 7 after you do that? No, you get them back on turn, but let's say you get them back on turn 4, you float them off again, you get their defense build up, and then you get them back on turn 7. And then once you're finished up with all the attack build-ups and things like that as the first or second attack with the turn, that is when you can start getting the build-up, and sometimes you possibly can get only 2 attacks in. And depending on how the fight is treating you, there's some attacks happening on slot 2. If he's able to dodge those attacks, at least 5 attacks here and there, because 5 is the max that you need to dodge, he can then be able to be, these guys can be fully built up in attack and defense for both of those. This is just making so many things uncomfortable and not go your way, because you're gonna have to break your rotations intentionally to then bring them back again on turn 7 and then start building up on their attack, or however you want to do the order between building their attack first and seeing how they can be able to perform here. But these guys got to like a 35 million attack stat. That was the highest that I've seen from them. So not horrible, but actually no, 35 million is pretty good. I wouldn't say that's not horrible, but it's just the RNG that I had in here is just makes this so much worse. So I'm sorry that this is not like the proper showcase that I wanted to show for these guys. It's just, it kind of pisses me off a little bit, but we'll do our best to redeem ourselves. I'll possibly have to record another video just doing random fights with these guys and stuff. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about the hit and GOKU EZA. They're pretty good. I will say that they're very good. I wouldn't say that they're bad. I wouldn't say that anything's going bad with them. It is all good with these guys. You just gotta make sure that you gotta take into consideration what is the thing that you will want to build up first. I'm thinking if you're in a red zone stage, like up against red zone Jiren on the Universe Survival Saga. I'm thinking that you might have to get these guys built up on attack first rather than their defense, because you know those fights don't let you dodge. At least one of the Goku story Red Zone up against Jiren, they don't let you dodge over there. So try to get your attack build up as much as possible, as quickly as possible first, and then once you get there, there are going to be instances where you might have to possibly fold these guys off, and their defense is going to be built up by then. By just putting them on slot 3, right? I don't know. Depending on what you believe, you know, what considerations you have for these guys, you just do that. But yeah, for now, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. I'm sorry that this is not a proper, insanely good showcase for these guys, but I did my best. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys all in the next one.